Have you ever wondered about the history of the shirt you're wearing right now? Let's take a journey back in time to the very origins of the shirt. The shirt's tale traces back to ancient civilizations, where it started its life as a simple undergarment. These early shirts were often made of materials like linen and served a practical purpose, providing a layer of protection between the wearer's skin and their outer clothing. And as societies evolved, so did the shirt. Its form and function changed over time, reflecting the shifting needs and tastes of the people who wore it. In ancient Rome, for instance, the length of one's tunic, an early version of the shirt, was an indicator of their social status. The longer the tunic, the higher the status of the wearer. From its humble beginnings as an undergarment, the shirt has gone through a remarkable transformation. This is just the start of the shirt's fascinating journey through history. As we move forward in time, we come across the Roman tunic. This garment was a common sight in ancient Rome and held more significance than simply being a piece of clothing. The length of one's tunic was a clear indicator of their social status. The longer the tunic, the higher the status of the wearer. Senators and noblemen wore tunics that reached their feet, while slaves and the working class were identified by their shorter tunics, which barely reached their knees. The tunic was a straightforward garment, often made from wool or linen, and was usually white or natural in color. It was typically worn with a belt, allowing the wearer to adjust the length as needed. The simplicity of the tunic set the foundation for what we now recognize as the basic shirt. As we transition into the Middle Ages, the shirt begins to undergo significant changes. Tailoring becomes more prevalent, and shirts are designed to fit the body more closely. At the same time, decorative elements are introduced. Embroidery, lace, and other ornamental details start to adorn shirts, adding a touch of elegance and individuality. Wealthy individuals keen to showcase their status wore elaborately designed shirts. These shirts were often made from luxurious fabrics like silk and were adorned with intricate designs. This trend towards decoration and display marked the beginning of the shirt's evolution from a practical garment to a fashion statement. The Middle Ages also saw the introduction of buttons, which allowed for a closer fit and added another decorative element to the shirt. The shirt was no longer simply a piece of clothing. It was a canvas for personal expression and a clear indicator of one's social standing. As society evolved, so did the shirt, becoming a canvas for individual expression and status. The changes in shirt design and decoration throughout the Roman period and Middle Ages reflect broader societal changes, including shifts in social hierarchy and the rise of individualism. This evolution of the shirt continues today, with modern shirts coming in a vast array of styles, colors, and designs, each carrying its own unique message. In the 17th century, a new innovation changed the shirt forever. This was the era when the concept of detachable collars and cuffs was introduced. The design was not only practical but also economical, as these parts were the quickest to soil and wear out. By making them detachable, they could be easily washed or replaced without the need to discard the whole shirt. This novel idea revolutionized the shirt industry, adding a touch of versatility to this timeless garment. But the evolution didn't stop there. As the wheels of time turned, society advanced, and so did its needs. Enter the Industrial Revolution in the late 18th and early 19th century. This period marked a significant shift from hand production methods to machines, transforming various industries, including the clothing sector. The advent of the sewing machine in the mid-19th century was a game-changer for the shirt industry. It meant that shirts could be produced on a much larger scale and at a faster pace. This mass production made shirts more affordable, thus expanding their reach from the elite class to the general population. The shirt, once a symbol of wealth and status, was becoming a common fixture in everyone's wardrobe. Moreover, the Industrial Revolution paved the way for new styles and designs. Collars and cuffs evolved from being merely detachable pieces to fashion statements in their own right. The variety of collar styles, from the classic point and spread to the more formal wingtip, started to reflect personal style and the occasion for which the shirt was worn. The Industrial Revolution didn't just democratize the shirt, it revolutionized the way we view clothing. It gave birth to the concept of ready-to-wear fashion, shifting the focus from custom-made garments to off-the-rack clothing. This shift not only made fashion more accessible, but also allowed for the expression of personal style and individuality. The journey of the shirt from a simple undergarment to a wardrobe staple is a testament to human ingenuity and the power of innovation. The Industrial Revolution democratized the shirt, making it a staple in everyone's wardrobe. In the 19th century, a new kind of shirt appeared, the T-shirt. This humble garment began its life as an undergarment for laborers. Its simple design and comfortable fabric provided a practical solution for those who toiled in demanding physical jobs. Yet the T-shirt was not destined to remain hidden under other clothes. During World War II, it found its way into the standard issue uniform of soldiers. It served as a lightweight layer under their heavy uniforms, providing a much-needed reprieve from the heat and discomfort of battlefields. This widespread use among the military sparked its popularity. After the war, soldiers brought their love for the T-shirt back home. It wasn't long before this versatile garment began to transition from an underlayer to a standalone piece of clothing, eventually making its way into the fashion industry. From the battlefield to the fashion runway, the T-shirt has truly made its mark. Now that we've covered the history of the shirt, let's delve into some fun facts. Here's a pricey fact for you. The world's most expensive shirt, as recent years have it, is a diamond-studded extravaganza costing around $400,000. That's right, a shirt that could set you back a small house's worth. Makes you appreciate that comfy cotton tee a bit more, doesn't it? Next, we travel to the tropical paradise of Hawaii. The Hawaiian shirt, or as the locals call it, the Aloha shirt, made its debut in the 1930s, becoming popular in the 1940s. Interestingly, these vibrant floral shirts were inspired not by local Hawaiian culture, but by Japanese kimono designs. A fun fusion of East and West right there on your vacation wear. Now let's talk T-shirts. What started as an undergarment for laborers in the 19th century became a cultural icon. T-shirts with their slogans and graphics are an expression of personal and social statements. Remember the band shirts that became hugely popular in the 1960s and 1970s? From the Beatles to the Rolling Stones, you could wear your music taste literally on your sleeve. The button-down shirt, a staple in many wardrobes, owes its existence to a sport. It was initially designed for polo players by Brooks Brothers in the early 20th century. The idea was to keep the players' collars in place during the matches with the help of buttons. An innovation born out of necessity, now a style statement. Shirts have also been platforms for political statements. Who can forget the iconic Vote for Pedro t-shirt from the movie Napoleon Dynamite, or the numerous campaign shirts we see during any election season? It's not just fashion, it's a billboard for beliefs. Here's a record-breaking fact for you. The record for the most t-shirts worn simultaneously is held by Sanath Bandara from Sri Lanka. In 2011, he wore 257 t-shirts at once. Now that's a lot of laundry. Lastly, have you ever wondered about the number of buttons on a men's dress shirt? The standard button count is 8, 2 on the cuffs and 6 on the front. It's one of those things we hardly notice, but there's a method to the button madness. Shirts are not just pieces of fabric. They carry stories, express identities, and sometimes even make history.
Thank you for watching our video. Your support means a lot to us. If you enjoyed it, please consider subscribing to our channel for more content like this. Your subscription helps us grow and create more exciting content for you.